A pleasant afternoon to you and welcome to OGTV Midday News. I am Idowu Fabajo. We'll begin with an update on coronavirus in Nigeria as Nigeria on Monday confirmed 417 fresh COVID-19 cases as the country announced the date for the resumption of international flights. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) confirmed the new infections in a tweet on its official handle. The new infections were reported in 16 states and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, taking Nigeria's total COVID-19 pandemic figure to 49,485. The NCDC data showed that Lagos State, the COVID-19 outbreak in the West African country, had 207 new cases, the highest for the day. Kaduna 44, Ondo 38, Abia 28, Anambra 21, and Plateau 20. Bauchi confirmed 13 fresh cases, Oyo and Ebonyi had 9 cases, Delta and Edo at 7, Enugu 6, Niger 3, Gombe 2, while Ogun, FCT and Kano had 1 case each. Although 36,834 persons who contracted the disease have been discharged after successful treatment, 977 deaths so far been reported from the pandemic in Nigeria. The Ogun State government has approved the renewal of the appointment of Dr. Adeola Lukman as the provost of Taishulari College of Education, Taske Omuijabu, for another term of 4 years with effect from September 1, 2020. In a press release dated Friday, August 14, 2020, and signed by the Secretary to Ogun State Government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi, the renewal of the provost appointment, which followed the recommendation by the institution's governing council, was said to be in line with relevant enabling law establishing the institution. Dr. Adeola Lukman, who was first appointed as provost on September 2016, holds a PhD in vocational education from Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Anambra State, Nigeria. His teaching and research experience cut across universities, National Research Institute, and a degree-awarding College of Education. Dr. Adeola Kiadeshe has published extensively in university and professional association journals, both local and international. He has also attended several conferences on education and management in Nigeria, Ghana, and other European countries. Amidst strict observance of the COVID-19 protocols, the West African Senior School Certificate Examination has commenced in Ogun State with mathematics. Our news crew, who went round some schools in Abeokuta to monitor the conduct of the exercise, reports that the conduct of the exercise went on smoothly in schools visited. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Back and forth arguments on the appropriateness of the conduct of the examination as the world battles to contain the spread of the pandemic. The SS3 students in Ogun State joined their colleagues in West Africa to participate in this year's West African Senior School Certificate Examination amidst total compliance with COVID-19 protocols. The students, fully aware of the task ahead, arrived early for the mathematics, which is the first paper, and were checked in by the invigilator after observing the necessary guidelines by wearing their nose masks as they observed the necessary social distancing. The materials arrived early in the schools visited, and by 10 a.m., the examiners commenced the distribution of the answer booklets after reading the necessary instructions to be followed by the students. The exercise then commenced some minutes after 10.
Please check your lockers, your chairs, make sure there is nothing incriminating in there.
One of the school principals appreciates the state government for providing necessary materials needed to achieve success in the exam.
Actually, they are excited. They are very elated. You know, they've waited so long for this exam. And I want to appreciate the state government for the Digi class they gave them the opportunity to attend.
The examination continues with other subjects. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
Ogun State House of Assembly's Committee on Public Account and Anti-Corruption, led by Honorable Musafiu Lamidi, has directed the management of Abraham Adesoya Polytechnic Ijebu-Igbo to update its financial record for 2017, 2018 and 2019 and present same to the Assembly. The State Ministry of Justice, led by the Commissioner in the Ministry, Mr. Akingbolaho Adeniro, during the half-year 2020 budget appraisal of the Ministry, said the Ministry has rendered 20 legal advice and obtained 15 judgments from various courts during the period under consideration. Our correspondent there, Kolawole Osho, covered the session held at the Assembly Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta, and this report is presented in this package.
Chairman Committee on Public Account and Anti-Corruption, Honorable Musefiu Lamidi, directed the management of Abraham Adesoya Polytechnic Ijebu-Igbo to update its financial record for 2017, 2018 and 2019 and present same to the Assembly. Honorable Lamidi stated this while playing host to the management of the institution, led by Professor Jumoke Bile Somi Awoderu, on the state of accounts of the school for the 3 yet to be audited years. He stated that the management of the institution needed to identify earnings from consultancy, just as educational programs and professional fees required explicit documentation. In company of other lawmakers, Lamidi enjoined the rector to ensure provision of relevant documents to support all cost lines identified in the institution's accounts records.
The committee would like to know if the mandatory Federal Government Public Procurement Act of 2007 was followed when executing the intervention projects, and expect proof of compliance. The committee will want to be assured that the mandatory accounting process for retrieving and running the debt fund grant was followed, and that the school did not attract any queries from the debt fund managers on the issue of transparency and accountability.
In another development, members of the State House of Assembly Committee on Justice, Ethics and Public Petitions, led by Honorable Solomon Osho, played host to the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Akingbolaho Adeniro, on the budget performance appraisal of the ministry between January and June 2020. In his presentation, Mr. Adeniro stated that 93 cases were recorded, with 20 legal advice rendered, while over 15 judgments were obtained from various courts in the state, as well as the National Industrial Court, Lagos and Appeal Court.
We've also launched a public interest law partnership, and this is a partnership between the government and private sector lawyers, again to provide free legal services to indigent persons on any matter. As long as they are indigent, then they can be served.
He added that 249 legal advice were dispatched, while 113 information filed, and the ministry received 178 duplicate case files, with 1 judgment from Supreme Court, 15 from Appeal Court, 25 in High Courts, and 10 from Magistrate Courts.
In furtherance of our efforts at ensuring the healthy growth and development of infants and nursing mothers, wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has extended a campaign exercise on breastfeeding to Shagamu and Odogbolu local government areas. Our correspondent there, Adebola Oshomoji, tells us more.
And Odogbolu local government areas of Ogun State are the next port of call of the sensitization campaign to identify with women on the occasion of the World Breastfeeding Week. At the event, the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, who was represented by the wife of the Commissioner for Environment, Mrs. Foluke Abudu Balogun, admonishes nursing mothers to embark on exclusive breastfeeding of their infants.
Breastfeeding counseling can help mothers to build confidence while respecting their individual circumstances and choices. Counseling can empower women to overcome challenges and prevent breastfeeding and care practices that may interfere with optimal breastfeeding, such as the provision of unnecessary liquids, foods, and breast milk substitutes to infants and young children. Improving access to skilled counseling for breastfeeding can extend the duration of breastfeeding and promote exclusive breastfeeding with benefits for babies, families, and economies.
The importance of exclusive breastfeeding was also stressed at the event.
So I want to encourage each and every one of us. There are a lot of myths about breastfeeding, that if you breastfeed your child, you have pain and all that. I'm sure somebody will be able to address that. It is not so. It is the best. When you position your baby very well, you will not experience any pain, and you will lactate very well, that the baby will take enough.
The first breastfeeding milk for 6 months for baby, it's really, really essential and significant. So we encourage our mothers to continue, because we know we are all used to exclusive, to continue to imbibe in that culture or the norms that we have all been bringing.
Nursing mothers were thereafter catered for with relief materials provided by Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. Adebola Oshomoji, OGTV News.
Access roads in Ijebu axis of Ogun East Senatorial District are receiving tremendous attention by the present administration of the state, as major rehabilitation works are ongoing on these roads. Elizabeth Esson, who went around some of these roads, reports that contractors are working assiduously to ensure timely completion of the roads. Our report.
Rehabilitation works are in top gear to ease some of the gridlocks being faced by motorists on major roads in Ogun State. Many access roads across the 3 senatorial districts call for the state government's attention, especially during rainy season. The present administration in the state rose up to the challenge by rehabilitating and constructing new ones where necessary.
The experience was traumatic. It took us more than 1 hour to move from Express to Nofurija, which is about 13-14 kilometers. So when it's completed, it's 15 minutes from that junction to my office.
Before now, during the rainfall time, every road that links to this stadium site has been waterlogged to an extent that the bikeman it is very hard for them to move the bike around this place. Even as at those times, we can't even send any kids out of the house because we'll be afraid of what can come out of it. Even an elderly person that is bold, that is strong, is not bold to move because of a lot of water erosion in this environment.
According to respondents, with the progress of work done and still ongoing on Ijebu-Ode-Ekpe Road, linking Ogun State with Lagos, it is evident that soonest rehabilitation work will be fully completed with its attendant benefits.
So I feel relaxed, I feel elated, and I want to give kudos to the government of Ogun State for deeming it fit to come and address this situation. It was a traumatic experience, and now we are trying to have relief somehow, and the work is moving at a very fast rate. Honestly, I want to tell you that the kind of seriousness put into this work is encouraging.
Some of the roads visited where rehabilitation works are ongoing are Ijebu-Ode-Ekpe Road, Ijebu-Ode GRA Stadium Road, and Oru-Awa-Ilakporu Road, where residents and road users expressed their satisfaction.
The situation of this road was very bad before they started doing the road. But now, we thank God that our government have find something to do to the road.
The erosion, based on what the government is doing, will be reduced. Then a lot of water that usually destroy the road, all those ones will be reduced. So it's okay based on this innovation and the work that government is doing here. I must confess it's okay.
The roads are not only fixed, but adequate drainages and culverts are being put in place. The roads, when completed, will improve socio-economic activities and ease human and vehicular movements. Elizabeth Esson, OGTV News.
Away from Ogun State now, an investigative hearing into the $100 million premium allegedly paid by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and joint ventures, JVS, for non-existing assets overseas, as well as the implementation of insurance policies of other ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, began yesterday. Rep. Darlington Onwokocha, Chairman, House Committee on Insurance and Actuarial Matters, flagged off and presided over the 10-day investigative hearing pre-forensic audit meeting. He explained that the exercise was necessitated by alleged duties on insurance by practitioners, low retention capacity of dollar-denominated insurance business, and the effect on the economy and underutilization of capacity of insurance policy, the practice and effects of domiciliary insurance ventures abroad. On the foreign scene, a former Central Intelligence Agency officer has been arrested on charges of conspiring with a relative who also worked for the CIA to spy for China. Alexander Yukching, man, 67 years of age, was arrested on Friday and charged, said the U.S. Justice Department. He is accused of divulging classified national defense information to Chinese intelligence officials. It is the latest espionage arrest at a time of growing tension between Washington and Beijing. Mr. Ma is due to appear in court on Tuesday and faces a maximum penalty of life imprisonment if convicted. And to wrap up the news at noon, believe you can, and you are halfway there. And don't forget you can follow us on our social media platforms for more news and updates. We're on Apple, Roku, Windows, BlackBerry, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us live on our website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And that's it on OGTV Midday News. We'll bring you more news in our subsequent bulletins. A very big thank you to you for staying with OGTV News. Bye now.
Kásán ẹ sì kú ṣe àtòrọ̀ ìròyìn rèé láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣọ̀n ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn OGTV Mọ́túnráyọ̀ Ṣọ́láńkẹ́ ní oníròyìn yín. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti bọwọ́ lu àtúnyànsípò ọ̀mọ̀wé Adéọlá Kíadéṣe Lukman gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀gá àgbà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àwọn olùkọ́ni àgbà Tai Solarin College of Education Taske Òmù-Ìjẹ̀bú fún ọdún 4 mìíràn, èyí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ 1 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún yìí. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí akọ̀wé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Tòkunbọ̀ Tàlàbí fọwọ́ sí ló ti jẹyọ wípé àtúnyànsípò ọ̀gá àgbà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà wáyé látàrí ìtọ́kasí ìgbìmọ̀ ìṣàkóso ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà tó wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú òfin àgbékalẹ̀ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀hún. Ọ̀mọ̀wé Adéọlá Kíadéṣe Lukman tí wọ́n yàn sípò náà lóṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2016 ló gba ìwé ẹ̀rí ọ̀mọ̀wé láti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ńlá yunifásítì Nnamdi Azikiwe Ọ̀kwá ìyẹn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Anambra. Ìrírí ńlá ló ní nínú iṣẹ́ ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti iṣẹ́ ìwádìí. Ó sì ti kópa nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ àti ìṣàkóso lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà, Ghana, Brunei àti àwọn orílẹ̀‐èdè mìíràn bẹ́ẹ̀. Lábẹ́ ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé fún ti àrùn kòrónà, ètò ìdánwò oníwèé mẹ́wàá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ ìṣirò tí wọ́n ṣe lánàá. Ikọ̀ akọ̀ròyìn iléeṣẹ́ OGTV ló lọ káàkiri lára àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ nílùú Abẹ́òkúta tó sì mójútó ètò náà, tí ó sì mú ròyìn bọ̀ wípé ètò ìdánwò ọ̀hún ló wáyé ní wọ́rọ́wọ́ láwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe àbẹ̀wò dé. Akọ̀ròyìn wa Matthew Ṣóhùnmí ló léwájú ikọ̀ ọ̀hún. Ẹgbẹ́ ohun tó mú bọ̀ látẹnu Ọdún Ayọ̀ Ogunlade.
lẹ́yìn tí ilé-ìwé ti wà ní títìpa jákèjádò ilẹ̀ yìí fún ọjọ́ gbọọrọ látàrí àrùn kòrónà tí onírúurú awuyewuye sì ti wáyé lórí ìdánwò àṣekágbá àwọn oníwèé mẹ́wàá àwọn ọmọ iléèwé girama tí ó jẹ́ ti oníkíláàsì kẹta SS3 ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn akẹgbẹ́ wọn jákèjádò ilẹ̀ yìí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdánwò àṣekágbá oníwèé mẹ́wàá West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Ṣáájú ni àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà ti wà ní ìgbáradì tí wọ́n sì ti dé kíláàsì fún ìdánwò ìmọ̀ ìṣirò èyí tí ó jẹ́ ìdánwò àkọ́kọ́. Lẹ́yìn èyí ni àwọn olùkọ́ àti olùṣàbẹ̀wò fún ti ìdánwò náà ń pè wọ́n wọlé pẹ̀lú ìlànà àtẹ̀lé nípa lílo ìbòmúbonu àti àwọn àlàálẹ̀ mìíràn. Àwọn ohun èlò fún ìdánwò náà ni ó tètè dé ibùdó ìṣèdánwò. Ní dédé agogo 10 òwúrọ̀ ni àwọn alámòjútó náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pín bébà ìdánwò náà fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n sì ka àwọn ìlànà àtẹ̀lé kí wọ́n tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdánwò náà ní aago 10 ó lé ìṣẹ́jú díẹ̀. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọ̀gá àgbà iléèwé ti gbé òṣùbà ọ̀kàrẹ̀ fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí nípa pípèsè àwọn ohun èlò tó yẹ láti jẹ́ kí ìdánwò náà kógojá. Ìdánwò náà sì tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú àwọn iṣẹ́ mìíràn.
Ìgbìmọ̀ alábẹ́sẹ́kẹ́lé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣúná ìlú àti gbígbógun ti ìwà ìbàjẹ́ nílẹ̀ẹ́gbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn tí aṣòfin Musefiu Lamidi léwájú ti pa láṣẹ fún ìṣàkóso ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gbogboǹṣe Ibrahim Adesanya Ìjẹ̀bú-Igbó láti ṣètò àkọsílẹ̀ ìṣúná rẹ̀ fún ọdún 2017, 2018 títí dé 2019 kó sì ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ fún ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójútó ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ èyí tí alábòjútó ní ilé-iṣẹ́ náà ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akíngbọ́láhàn Adéníran léwájú fún ni ó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ìṣúná ìlàjì ọdún yìí èyí tí ilé-iṣẹ́ náà ṣàlàyé wípé ilé-iṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ti ṣètò ìlànà àmọ̀ràn nípa òfin. Ẹ gbọ́ ìròyìn ọ̀hún síwájú sí i. Alága ìgbìmọ̀ alábẹ́sẹ́kẹ́lé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣúná ìlú àti gbígbógun ti ìwà ìbàjẹ́ láwùjọ aṣòfin Musefiu Lamidi ló pa á láṣẹ fún ìṣàkóso ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gbogboǹṣe Ibrahim Adesanya Ìjẹ̀bú-Igbó láti rí wípé wọ́n ṣe ètò tó pinmirin nípa ti ìṣúná wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọsílẹ̀ ṣe lè gbé fún ọdún 2017, 2018 àti 2019 kí wọ́n sì gbé wá sí iwájú ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Aṣòfin Lamidi ló sọ èyí lásìkò tó gbàlejò ikọ̀ ìṣàkóso ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà èyí tí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Jùmọ̀kẹ́ Bílẹ̀sànmí Awódẹ̀rù léwájú fún. Ó tọ́ka sí wípé ìṣàkóso ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà nílò láti rí wípé wọ́n yànnàná ohun gbogbo nínú àkọsílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ètò ṣe wáyé nílé ẹ̀kọ́ náà. Bákan náà ni aṣòfin Lamidi ló tọ́ka èyí níwájú àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tó kù tí ó sì túbọ̀ rọ ọ̀gá àgbà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà láti rí wípé ó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ìwé tó tọ́ tó sì yẹ láti fi ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jọmọ́ ti ìṣúná gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe wà ní àkọsílẹ̀ ní ilé ẹ̀kọ́ náà. Bákan náà ẹ̀wẹ̀ ní àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ alábẹ́sẹ́kẹ́lé èyí tó ń rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ ìlànà àti ẹ̀sùn ará ìlú èyí tí aṣòfin Solomon Ọ̀ṣọ́ léwájú fún gbàlejò alábòjútó fún ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ọ̀gbẹ́ni Akíngbọ́láhàn Adéníran lórí ti ìgbéléwọ̀n ètò ìṣúná ìlàjì ọdún 2020. Nínú àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Adéníran ṣàlàyé wípé ó ti tó àwọn ẹ̀sùn 73 tó ti ní àkọsílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n ti ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ìmọ̀ràn nípa òfin tí ó tó 20 àti ìdájọ́ tí ó tó 15 láwọn ilé ẹjọ́ gbogbo ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Ó mẹ́nuba onírúurú àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ àti iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ṣe lẹ́ka ìdájọ́ èyí tí ó sì ti ní àkọsílẹ̀ ní ìlànà òfin láti àwọn onírúurú ilé ẹjọ́ tó fi mọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ gíga àgbà ilé wa, ilé ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn àti ilé ẹjọ́ gíga ti ìpínlẹ̀ àti àwọn ilé ẹjọ́ magistrate. Ẹ̀yin ará, ẹ jẹ́ ká rí wípé a túbọ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú nínú ìpinnu rere yóò ṣeé ṣe fún gbogbo wa kò jù báyìí lọ́nà fún ti ìròyìn wa ti ọ̀sán yìí. Aago 4 àbọ̀ ìrọ̀lẹ́ ni ìròyìn lédè Yorùbá yóò tún gorí afẹ́fẹ́ ní iléeṣẹ́ OGTV títí di ìgbà náà ẹ yáṣẹ́ o.